Around 100 to 90 million years ago, during the late Cretaceous period, Earth was home to one of the strangest and most terrifying predators ever discovered. Not a tyrannosaur. Not a raptor. But a bizarre, long-clawed giant that looked like a combination of a sloth, a bird, and a nightmare. This creature is known as a therizzinosaurid, and among them, one of the most extreme members was Therizinosaurus. When its fossils were first discovered in Mongolia in 1948, scientists were completely confused. The first remains recovered were enormous claws, so large and strange that researchers initially thought they belonged to a giant sea turtle or even a completely unknown reptile group. For years, its identity remained a mystery. It wasn't until more complete fossils were found that scientists realized something shocking: this was actually a dinosaur. A theropod dinosaur, the same broad group that includes Tyrannosaurus rex. But unlike its carnivorous relatives, this creature evolved in a completely different direction. The most iconic feature of Therizinosaurus was its claws. Each claw could reach up to 70 to 80 centimeters in total curvature length, with the exposed bony core measuring around 30 to 40 centimeters, depending on the reconstruction. These claws were not just weapons. They were multifunctional biological tools. They could tear through vegetation, defend against predators, hook and pull objects, potentially slash attackers at close range. While earlier interpretations exaggerated their use as pure killing weapons, modern paleontology suggests a more balanced reality. Therizinosaurus was likely omnivorous, not a pure predator. However, its claws still made it one of the most intimidating dinosaurs of its ecosystem. Despite its terrifying claws, Therizinosaurus had a very unusual body. It reached around 9 to 10 meters in length. Estimated weight, 3 to 5 tons depending on reconstruction. Long neck and small head. Relatively slow movement compared to raptors. This combination makes it one of the most visually contradictory dinosaurs ever found. A giant body. A plant-eating digestive system. And hands that looked like surgical blades. Although not designed purely for killing, these claws were still extremely dangerous in combat situations. Biomechanical studies suggest they had strong flexor muscles, extremely wide range of motion in the shoulder joint, ability to strike downward with significant force. This allowed Therizinosaurus to defend itself effectively against predators such as Tarbosaurus bataar, a large tyrannosaur from Asia. In a confrontation, even a single strike from its claws could cause serious injury. One of the most surprising aspects of Therizinosaurs is their movement capability. Their bones show hollow internal structures, pneumatic bones, lightweight skeletal design, bird-like respiratory efficiency. This does not mean they were extremely fast like raptors, but it does mean they were far more agile than their bulky appearance suggests. They were likely capable of short bursts of speed and quick defensive reactions. Therizinosaurs are part of a larger evolutionary puzzle. They evolved from carnivorous theropod ancestors, but shifted toward herbivory, plant foraging, defensive specialization. This is why their bodies look so unusual compared to other dinosaurs. They were essentially predator skeletons rebuilt into herbivore survival machines. Fossils of Therizinosaurs have been discovered across Mongolia, China, parts of North America. This suggests they were surprisingly successful for a time, adapting to multiple environments across the Cretaceous world. In their ecosystem, Therizinosaurs coexisted with powerful predators such as Tarbosaurus, Asian relative of T. rex, large dromaeosaurs, raptor-like hunters, massive crocodile-like reptiles in rivers. This meant survival often depended on intimidation rather than pure speed. A full-grown Therizinosaurus likely had no natural predators as an adult, but juveniles were extremely vulnerable. Fossil evidence from related theropods shows bite marks from large predators, healed injuries indicating survival after attacks, possible interspecies conflict zones. While direct proof of Therizinosaurus combat injuries is limited, its close relatives show clear evidence of a violent ecosystem. Earlier speculative theories suggested some Therizinosaurs may have used claws to fish or forage near water. However, modern scientific consensus strongly supports that they were primarily terrestrial, land-based foragers. They lived in forests and floodplains, feeding on plants, fruits, possibly small animals or eggs. Therizinosaurs did not disappear in a single dramatic extinction caused by their own predators. Instead, like most non-avian dinosaurs, they were wiped out by the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event, around 66 million years ago. This global catastrophe was triggered by a massive asteroid impact in present-day Mexico, wildfires across continents, global darkness blocking sunlight, collapse of food chains. Even the most unusual dinosaurs, like Therizinosaurus, could not survive the aftermath. Today, nothing alive on Earth carries claws quite like Therizinosaurus. No animal combines massive size, bird-like skeleton, herbivorous diet, and meat alongside like claws. It remains one of the most visually disturbing contradictions in natural history. A creature not built for elegance, not built for balance, but shaped by evolution into something that looks almost impossible. A walking relic of a prehistoric world Earth no longer remembers.